one of the things about, and kind of getting in on the what constitutes nations. Brother Malcolm X, when he went, and before he had, unfortunately been taken from this earth plane too soon, went before the United Nations and said that the complaints that we had, and even got, Brother Martin to join him, they began to get on the same ground and understand that our question as so-called African Americans here in this land was one that was actually needed to be dealt with on an international level and could not be dealt with on a civil level. As far as law is concerned, it had to be dealt with from a humanitarian perspective, because it was the war of enslavement, as Brother Malcolm called it, had been committed against us. And as a result, he knew that we had to have what he considered the nation-building principles was land, language, lineage, and legacy.
Exactly.
And so what ended up happening is that when you have these common things, in other words, what had been taken from us was our names, what had been taken from us is our lands, and we had even been ripped and robbed of our own identities. People will meet me and they'll end up saying, well, wasn't your name Lonzo Persuade at one point in time? I said, but yes, my name is Joshua Malachi, and this is my name from my birth. And I even say not only my birth in biology, but my birth in my consciousness.
Correct. There you go.
Where I became resurrected from the dead. I moved from a horizontal to a perpendicular. In other words, what ends up happening is that Sister McKinley, former Congress lady, she has been consistently going before the UN and trying to get, former President Bush and, trying now and even try to get Brother Barack Obama to come to the UN Council for the Conference Against Racism for all people in the diaspora or the diaspora, to receive all people, all African descendants, to receive reparations. And Barack Obama refused to attend and even to send a delegate. This is very disconcerting for me in terms of, and then when he broke himself from his pastor, Jeremiah Wright, a lot of people ended up taking that and saying that Jeremiah Wright had actually made a bad statement in regard to America when he said, goddamn America. He really was not saying anything. He was giving a prophetic word about America having sown seeds of destruction. And those seeds of destruction were against Native Americans, against Africa when they had raped, robbed, and pilfered the land.
That's right.
And then turned around and actually had inculcated syphilis into African American men in the Tuskegee Institute, and even proven, documented, had pumped crack cocaine into South Central LA. Then turned around, and what happened was he said, no, if God has not actually forgave and given mercy to Israel when she was wrong, and that was, according to the Bible anyway, the apple of his eye, no, he would not spare mercy on America either. And then he would say that, therefore, God is no longer saying God bless America, but God damn America.
Exactly.
Jeremiah Wright, for him to sever himself away from the man of God. In other words, Brother Tamir has actually, and this brother, they have, in my youth, connected me to consciousness, connected me to what's justice and what's equality. And yet, and I'm telling you, I don't care what office I'm running for. If someone tells me to reject Brother Tamir or Imam Tamir or Brother Frazier, under no setting of the sun am I going to do that.
Yes.
Because they are part of the seed of which I crop from.
Hallelujah.
If I can read just this passage, it says, when it becomes clear that rational thought and clear thinking is in decline, we can predict that the people are heading for loss, confusion, and decay. The human can lose clear vision in several ways. When our eyes, mental and spiritual, lose focus, when we forget what we see or neglect what we see, and when an enemy enshrouds us with clouds of confusion, when we lose rational thinking, we begin to decline, to lose, and to decay.
Tua, what we want to do, we're going to come back and, Joshua, you hit on some points here. And Troy, thank you very much for calling in.
Okay.
And we're going to get you on the panel here at some point in time real soon.
All right. Appreciate it, brothers. Y'all be blessed.
Okay.
Same to you, Troy.
And let's go ahead and run this next clip, and we're going to come back and finish out the show here. Is that clip ready?
I mean, everything that the pastor said was factual. He didn't embellish anything. So I really can't even grasp why people were really upset with this commentary. I think a lot of people in America, a lot of American citizens may have a case of amnesia. There's a group called the Native Americans. You know, there's one clip that he had where they said that they thought that it was a little bit extreme for him to say that the American government created the AIDS virus to kill off blacks. But if you look at the moral history of America, okay, it's not, it does stand to reason. It's not some far off thinking process. You know, it's not irate to think like that because we had smallpox with the Native Americans, okay?
And it killed a lot of them too.
And it killed a lot of them. We had Tuskegee experiment.
I think there was 400 blacks tested, or not tested, inflicted with syphilis.
Right. So, I mean, we're looking at the Native American population being totally a case of genocide by the American government on its own citizenry. So I'm just saying a lot of things that he said, almost everything he said was actual factual. I can't understand why some people are upset with the things that he said. Let's talk about it. If he's wrong, tell us what he said that was wrong.